Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Aradhya Bhagavan Brajesh Tanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachidupasana Brajavadhu Vargena Vakalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramana Mamalam Prema Kumar Thomahan Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Vatamidam Tatra Dharana Paraha Anarpita Charim Chirat Karunaya Vatirna Kalau Samarpayitum Munnatojvala Rasam Swabhakti Shriyam Hari Purata Sundara Jyoti Kadamba Sandipita Sada Hridaya Kandale Suratu Vasachi Nandana Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jagat Mangala Dvaita Mangala Gunadham Mangala Charitra Sada Mangala Janana.
Hare Krishna. We'd like to welcome all of our YouTube Live listeners, our listeners over Facebook Live, and our dear listeners over Zoom. Welcome to all of you to this day 51 of Sri Gauramrita. Before we proceed, we'd like to announce and congratulate the participants from the quiz session from yesterday. We'd like to congratulate Hari Prasad Prabhu, Mother Flavia, Vrinda Gopika Mataji, Radha Mataji, and Ranjani Gopika Mataji. Congratulations to all of you for so sincerely and so dedicatedly continuing to reciprocate with these quiz questions, and we are so grateful to all of you who are participating in this. Thank you so much.
So today in session 51, we will continue to describe the transcendental treasure trove of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotional pastimes. So today we'll discuss the deliverance of Jagai and Madhai. Part 1 would be how Lord Gaura Sundar, he gave instructions of Krishna to everyone without discrimination. Last time we saw how he started his Sankirtan movement. First, civil disobedience, Nagar Sankirtan. We'll see the limitless mercy of Lord Nityananda and introduce Jagai and Madhai. And then we'll conclude today's session by describing the Phala Stuti, the benefits that we receive by listening to these transcendental pastimes of Sri Gaura Hari. Now, Srila Lochan Das Thakur, in his Sri Chaitanya Mangal, he describes Shuno Shuno Nityananda Shuno Haridas Sarvatra Amaragya Koroho Prakash Roti Ghare Ghare Giya Mago Ei Bhikha Bolo Krishna Bhajo Krishna Koro Krishna Shikha.
So Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, looking at the miserable condition of the people of Kali Yuga, Mahaprabhu would literally shed tears of sorrow. As we see here, his heart would pain, just like how Srimati Radharani, so merciful. So in that mood of Srimati Radharani, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu would shed tears, and in that mood, Mahaprabhu, one day he called Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, Shuno Shuno Nityananda, Shuno Haridas, come here Nityananda, and come here Haridas. What did Mahaprabhu say?
He said, take this holy name of Hari from house to house in Navadvip. Teach everyone, old people, women, children, saints, or even dog eaters and sinners. What should you tell them? Chant the holy names. Like this, they will very easily cross the ocean of material existence. And as a result, the entire city of Nadia became inundated with waves of happiness, and the sky just reverberated with the sound, Haribol, Haribol. And then in this kind of a drunken, intoxicated with ecstasy state, Jagai and Madhai, they were sleeping soundly at home.
While the entire Nadia was in ecstasy, in chanting the holy names, Jagai and Madhai were also in ecstasy, but their ecstasy was of a different kind.
Bliss.
They were experiencing Nirmal Anand, and after that Nirmal misery, they would be so miserable because they would be so much engrossed in sinful activities.
Nirmal Anand to Nirmal Niranand. And then the atmosphere was just completely filled with the sweet music of kola, of mridanga, of kartal, and this was blended with this loud chanting of the Hari Kirtan, Jagai and Madhai. As the Kirtan party was passing through their house, their sleep was broken by this Kirtan, and Jagai and Madhai just awoke, yelled ferociously, catch them, catch them. Jagai and Madhai, their eyes were like red in anger. They grabbed two clubs. They ordered their servant to tell the devotees, if they want to keep living, they should better stop the chanting. But Lord Nityananda, he would just go to people's homes, even to the most fallen, sinful, even to the outcasts. And he made no discrimination. With folded arms, he begged them, kindly chant the holy names of Krishna. Please worship Krishna, because it is Krishna who is your only shelter, your only friend, and he is the supreme treasure of wealth in your life.
So following the instructions of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Nitai and Haridas, they would go door to door and they would sing like this. Aparadha shunya hoye, laho Krishna naam, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhana Pram. That Krishna is your mother, Krishna is your father, Krishna is the treasure of your life. So please give up all these sinful activities and just take Krishna's name. And then if the people of Nadia, whom they would request like this, if they would refuse, what would Lord Nityananda do? He would just fold his hands and he would beg them kindly, kindly don't waste your precious human form of life, which is so rare. Please take this name of Krishna. This is your only hope, your only shelter.
He would not just fold his hands, he would fall upon his hands. And if they still refused, he would prostrate himself in full dandavats to that person who is refusing to chant. They would clasp unto his feet and they would cry with tears of love and compassion and beg them, please, please chant. I beg you, I I touch your lotus feet. Imagine if Lord Nityananda, if one day the doorbell rings and you go and you open the door and there is Nityananda Prabhu, there is Haridas Thakur. Their eyes are filled with tears of love and compassion. As soon as we open the doors, they are clasping our feet and crying and begging, please chant, please wake up for Mangalarti, please, we beg you, please. Chant the holy name of Krishna. Don't miss your 16 rounds. Chant more than 16 rounds, please. Whatever you want us to do, we will do. We beg at your lotus feet. How would we feel? Would we at least at that time take Krishna consciousness seriously? Because that is what Nityananda Haridas, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu are doing. That is what Srila Prabhupada, as the representative of Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, wants us to do. There is no doubt that they want us to chant. So if we chant, it will be for their pleasure. Then,
as Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is describing, that how Nityananda Prabhu, he would just roll on the ground, he would beg. This mountain of gold would just roll on the ground and he would beg the people of Nadia, please chant, please chant. So Srila Lochan Das Thakur exactly writes about this. With tears of love in his eyes, Nityananda Prabhu, he would, Ato boli Nityananda, Bhumi gori jai, Shonaro Parvata Jano, Dhulate lutai. This song we are going to be singing today, Akrodha Paramananda Nityananda, right? That Lord Nityananda, he is not having any kind of anger. Akrodha. This seeing the fallen condition of the people, Nityananda Prabhu would cry and he would just beg the people, please chant, please chant.
Then every evening, after going from sunrise to sunset in this service of preaching the holy names, they would return to Gauranga Mahaprabhu's home and they would report to him, explain to him of their day's activities, and Gauranga Mahaprabhu would listen with great pleasure. But it was not easy for them. The pious people, when they would see, they would then call, oh, how merciful and compassionate these two great sadhus are, spreading the love of God everywhere. Let us honor them and respect them, invite them to our homes, offer them food, drink, gifts. But these two personalities, Nityananda and Haridas Thakur, said, no, no, we have not come to beg anything of you, save and accept that you please take the names of Krishna. That's all we want from you. If don't give us any drink, don't give us any gifts, don't give us food. That's not what we want. If you want to give us some gifts, give us the gifts of you chanting the holy names.
And the mundane scholars, when they would see Nitai and Haridas, they would see and they would chastise Nityananda Prabhu. They would criticize them. And they would be saying that, what are they doing? Running around? And what are they doing? Rolling around on the ground, begging the people to chant some mantra? Oh, these people are so crazy because of their association with that mad Nimai Pandit. Because they're staying with Nimai, everyone has gone mad. So some people, sections of society, they would talk like this and they would say that they are mad. Now they want to make everyone mad. Then there were another class of people who would be like high-class brahmanas, who were actually not allowed during the nocturnal kirtans because they would not be able to understand the divine and intense mood, the confidential mood of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and all the associates. So they would say, oh, you know, these people, Nitai, Haridas, they don't allow us in there. thing, when they do their secretive thing, they don't allow us. So let's just catch them. Now they have come out, right? So let's just catch them and we'll beat them up. Then we will chase after them. We will just blaspheme them and criticize them. And there were some others who would consider Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur to be no less than dacoits, that who were just entering other people's home to gain some secret information. Like this, people were making up different stories, different sets of stories by different sets of people in Nadia. So as we can see that preaching from time immemorial, preaching has never been an easy thing.
Because people in the material world generally think everything has a material motivation. Whatever someone is doing must be for some name, fame, position, prestige, or money, or some material thing that they want. But devotees, from time immemorial, they have been preaching without any material motivation. There is motivation, but that's a spiritual motivation. Nothing material that they want. And when people see, why are you then doing this? What are you getting out of it? And so they concoct as they are. Atmaiva manyate jagat. If I were in that position of Nityananda, why would I go and catch someone's feet, go inside their house and ask them to chant? Well, there must be some motive. I would look around and see what is there in their house, mark their house of opulent people, and then come and steal in the nights. And so, as people would not understand Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur's mood as they are, they would understand as they were, as the individual people were, and they would impose their motivations on Nityananda Prabhu, Haridas Thakur. This has been happening from the day of Prahlad to this day. Every day and every day in between, preachers have always been harassed, prosecuted. But Haridas Thakur,
And
Lord
criticized. They've been criticized. How Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, what did they get out of this? They were simply following the instructions of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And what were they getting in return? Criticism. Oh, why are you doing this? Oh, you're getting some commission. People are doing this because you're getting some commission. The commission that Nitai and Haridas got is actually the ill talk of the people. That's all was their commission.
Materially.
But
spiritually, they were getting the commission of the love of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu.
Such dear associates of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And by this sharing of Krishna with others, that's how much closer and dearer by every moment they were becoming more and more dearer to Mahaprabhu. So from the day of Sri Prahlad Maharaj till this day, devotees have always been criticized, harassed, persecuted. But Srila Haridas Thakur and Lord Nityananda, they simply smiled and they would laugh at these blasphemies and they would abuse. When they would hear all these abuses, they didn't mind it at all. They would listen from one ear, take it out through the other, and they would go about and continue their service to Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So Nitai and Haridas have taught us how to react to such blasphemy. That it doesn't stop any service. Service can never be stopped. Even from the time of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj was stopped by his own father. So many atrocities. But did that stop Prahlad? Never. So Nitai and Haridas, so many difficulties, still they didn't stop. One day, they came across these two drunkards who were totally intoxicated and they were, like drinking in public. They were beating people up. They were shouting tremendously, they had like large, fat, powerful bodies. They were sinful. There was not any kind of a sin that these two people did not commit. And they were Jagai and Madhai.
It's explained that they would consume liquor, they would slaughter cows, they would eat beef, they would rob other people's homes, they would burn people's homes, rape innocent women, they would murder people, even the brahmanas, as a daily activity. And yet they had so much power that no one dared to stop them. Their nefarious activities. So Lord Nityananda and Haridas Thakur, when they saw these two drunkards in the public streets, they asked someone, who are these people? People told them, oh, they are Jagai and Madhai. They were actually born in first-class Brahmin family and their name was Jagannath and Madhava. Jagannath became Jagai and Madhava became Madha. But because of bad association from their early childhood, they would just simply abuse people and then create violence wherever they go. Then the people told them, please Nityananda, please Haridas, Shuno Nityananda, Shuno Haridas. Don't ask them to chant Hare Krishna. Lord Chaitanya gave the instruction, Shuno Nityananda, Shuno Haridas. Please ask them to chant. Here they're saying, don't ask them to chant, because if you dare, you would never escape with your life.
Hari Hari Bo.
So Lord Nityananda, in his very graceful way, turned to Haridas Thakur and said, Haridas, you know what I'm thinking? I think if we can get these people to chant the holy names, how much will that glorify the mercy of Lord Chaitanya? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has personally incarnated to deliver the most fallen souls. And who is more fallen than them? Haridas, do you remember when you were beaten by those Muslims in 22 marketplaces? Do you remember how by the mercy and prayers they became devotees too? So I think you are the only one who can save them. Go and preach to them.
So Haridas, as soon as he heard Nityananda Prabhu saying, he said, oh my Lord Nitai, actually, I am very, very fallen. I cannot do this. You are the most merciful, my dear Nitai. You are the most merciful expansion of Lord Gauranga. Only you can deliver them, Prabhu. Please, you go. You should go and preach to them, not me. So then Nitai said, okay, neither you, neither me. Let us both go and let us approach them. So then both of these great souls, Nitai and Haridas, they came with great love, very fearlessly, and they came in front of Jagai and Madhai. And these two sinners, when they looked at Lord Nityananda, they were like intoxicated fully. They were laughing and, they were so intoxicated. What are you going to do? Wow, big deal, you have come. And then they said, who are these two sadhus who are coming in front of us? They think they can come and do something with us. Oh, let them come, let them come. And they were looking at women and, as we can see here, they were looking at the ongoing women. And Madhai was looking at Nitai and Haridas, who are coming from the other side. And they were thinking, let them come, let them come. We'll show them. We'll show them. And then when Nitai and Haridas started coming nearer and nearer and nearer, they saw that they had so much of hate. They had so much of, the anger in their eyes that, that one thing that will come out from their mouth would be just the death of Nitai and Haridas. So then Lord Nityananda Prabhu, with eyes full of love and compassion, he told the two brothers. Please, my dear brothers, do not waste your life in such sinful activities. Hellish suffering is awaiting you. Please, please, chant the holy names of Krishna. Krishna is your only friend. He is your only shelter. He is the great treasure. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhano Pran. Please worship, worship Krishna. So as soon as these words came out of Lord Nityananda Prabhu's lotus mouth, Jagai and Madhai became so furious that they turned towards Nityananda. And like this, they were so furious. They said, we will kill you, we will beat you up. And they started running behind Nityananda Prabhu. And seeing that both these, nice fat two guys looking like demons, they are coming behind Nityananda Prabhu, Haridas said, Nitai, let's go. And both the brothers, Nitai and Haridas, they started running for their lives. And while they were running and running and running, these two brothers were also following, because they were determined that today, these two, Jagai and Madhai, they were determined to say that, no, we are going to just destroy both these, Haridas and Nitai. So then they were running behind Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas. And while running, Haridas Thakur, he turned towards Lord Nityananda. And Haridas Thakur started telling Lord Nityananda, while they were both running away, Haridas Thakur said, Nitai, what am I doing preaching with you? Haridas Thakur was literally falling down. He was saying, what am I doing serving with you? You are avadhut, you are mad, you are crazy. Everyone in Nadia, they told us not to go to these two brothers, but you will do whatever everyone tells you not to do. What is this, Nitai? Just see, I am associating with such a madman like you, and now I don't think we'll get out of this alive. They are going to kill us today. Today we are done. And then what did Lord Nityananda say?
He said, my dear Haridas, now you and I, both of us are in good mess. And I don't think we will live through this. Haridas Thakur said, look, this is what I get from taking the advice of an avadhuta. Now they've seen you, my dear Nitai. Haridas Thakur said, and because they have learned the holy names from your lips, I'm quite confident they will be delivered, become Lord's undivided associates. All of this conversation was happening as they were running fast, as fast as they could. And Jagai and Madhai, so huge, and so drunk, they just couldn't keep up. So they just started screaming and yelling abuses on Nityananda and Haridas Thakur, and both of them left and went back to Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Prabhu Thakur went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and reported the day's activities. And Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu said, who are these two people? These Jagai and Madhai? And Srivas Thakur and Gangadas Pandit explained what sinful people they are. They are the most sinful of all sinners. There has never been such a sinner in the face of the earth. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, such sinners, they are chasing my devotees. I will go and kill such sinners right now. Nityananda Prabhu said, no, my dear Lord, please don't do that. Because if you do that, I will not have any service for you. So please allow me to go back and preach to them tomorrow. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, well, okay, if you say so, because he would love Nitai so much. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, your mercy is limitless, Nitai. Even I am so infuriated that I want to go and
kill them.
But you are asking another chance on their behalf? Okay, fine. You go tomorrow. So Jagai and Madhai, they were so fearful that nobody dared to go near them. At night, they would make camps near the bank of Ganges, and not far from there was the house of Srivas Thakur, where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu held kirtans throughout the night, every night. And sometimes they would hear the chanting, this Jagai and Madhai, in a completely drunken and offensive way. They started imitating the chanting and dancing in a very drunken way. That was their namabhas. Then one day, Lord Nityananda, he purposely came to where they were, in Nadia itself, in Navadvip itself, very near where they were camping, near Srivas Thakur's house. And when they saw him, Nityananda, they couldn't believe it. They said, you with blue dress, you had come last time too. That time you were lucky. You escaped with your life last time. But today, you are going to die. If you come even one step closer to us, we dare you. In such abusive, offensive, harsh language, they asked, Ki naam ache? Naam ki tum? What's your name? And Nityananda said, Amake Abhadut bole dake. They call me Abhadut. Kindly take the names of Krishna. Lord Chaitanya just introduced himself swiftly and came to the message. Please, sorry, Nityananda Prabhu, please take the names of Krishna. At that time, Madhai, Madhava, he raged with anger. He picked up a pot, the same pot which was used to hold the wine. He took that pot with all his power. He crashed it on the head of Nityananda. And it made such a sound of cracking. It was enough to kill 20 men. Nityananda, blood started pouring from the head of Nityananda. It was covering his face, covered all of his clothes. Nityananda, he simply smiled and looked at him and said, what have you done to me? Whatever you've done, I don't mind. But what you are doing to your life breaks my heart. Please take the names of Krishna.
Nityananda Prabhu said to them, Mere chish koloshir kana, ta bole ki prem devo na. Which means that you have struck me with this clay pot. Koloshir kana means with a broken clay pot. You have struck me, you have hit me. Mere chish koloshir kana. But in spite of that, does that mean that I will not give love of Gauranga Mahaprabhu to you? Ta bole ki prem devo na. This is the mercy of Lord Nityananda. How much mercy that even when he is hit, even when blood is oozing out from his forehead, Nityananda Prabhu is saying, why will I not give prema to you? And Madhai was still not contented. He was still very angry. And he was again going to hit Nityananda Prabhu again. And Jagai at that time, he stopped Madhai and said, my dear Madhai, don't. Can't you see the compassion and the love of this saint? He is not an ordinary person. Why are you hurting him? Don't. So hearing this, Madhai just froze, and Lord Nityananda just kept smiling, showering his loving tears, his moon-like smile. He was showering it upon the two brothers. Mercy of Lord Nityananda is completely limitless. So we conclude our pastime of part 1 here today. This is the mercy of Lord Nityananda, and we leave you with this note that let us try to understand and imbibe and meditate on the compassion, the forgiveness of Lord Nityananda. Who is more merciful than this Supreme Personality? That even when he is beat up, he is still smiling. He is still just emanating love.
Who is so merciful? There is no one. Doyal to nahi hai. Which incarnation of the Lord has come? Maar khe prem de, and has got beaten but given love.
Markhe Premadai Doyal to nahi. It's such a merciful personality. Sri Nityananda Ram does not exist in any part of the creation. In fact, Lord Nityananda is more merciful than even Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Gauranga Mahaprabhu, we will see how did he react. We will see that tomorrow. But Lord Nityananda, even when he is beaten up, he is just smiling and he is just emanating love of Krishna. So Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur says in the Phala Stuti that what is the result of listening to this beautiful narration of the deliverance of Jagai Madhai and the mercy of Nityananda?
Simply by hearing these pastimes, one will obtain prema bhakti at the lotus feet of Krishna. All of one's sins, they just become evaporated by listening to this divine pastime. And one who derives joy from hearing these narrations will surely see the beautiful face of Lord Chaitanya directly. Adyapi halila kore Shri Gaurai kono kono bhagavan dekhi pai. Lord Chaitanya's pastimes are being performed even now. Whoever is blessed by the Lord to see can see. Others cannot see. Ekhane rahilo gratha amrita lahari badan bhore ekbar bolo hari 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 hari.
So today we will sing this bhajan. Akrodha Paramananda Nityananda Rai. We request the lyrics to be please shared in the chat. And we pray our heartfelt prayers to Lord Nrsingadev for the recovery and the well-being of His Grace Pankajangri Prabhu, for His Holiness Bibi Govinda Maharaj, for all the devotees in Mayapur and all over the world who are suffering in this pandemic. We specially also pray for Dr. Vijay Lakshmi Mataji, for Jigna Mataji and her family, for our dearest Kirti, for Anjudi and her family, for Anjudi's mother-in-law, for Mother Flavier and her family, for Vrinda Gopika Mataji, for Lavanya Mataji and her family, for Gandharvika and her family, for Radha Mataji and her family, for Venkatapati Prabhu, Keshavi and their family, for Shweta Manjiri Mataji and their group members, for Nutan Purohit Mataji and their family. So this Akrodha Paramananda Nityananda Rai is written by Srila Lochan Das Thakur. The translation is, the noble Lord Nityananda is never angry, for he is the personification of supreme transcendental bliss. Devoid of any concept of false ego, Nitai just wanders about the town.
Going from door to door in the residences of the most fallen and wretched souls, he freely distributes the gift of the Hari Nam Mahamantra.
He exclaims to whoever he sees while holding a straw in between his teeth, please purchase me by worshipping Gauranga.
Saying this, Nityananda Prabhu rolls about on the ground, appearing like a golden mountain tumbling in the dust.
Srila Lochan Das Thakur says, whoever has not experienced the awakening of affection for such an avatar, as such a merciful incarnation as this, that sinful person simply comes and goes uselessly in the repeated cycle of birth and death.
Chakshurumilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namo. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachari Nirvishesha Shunyavani Paschatya Vishadani. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Akarodha Parvananda Nityananda Abhimana Nitai Nagare Verai Akarodha Parvananda Nityananda Abhimana Nitai Nagare Verai Arnava Pashita Jine Vare Vare Jina Harinama Mantra Dano Vilaya Abhava Pashita Jine Vare Vare Jina Harinama Mantra Dano Vilaya Jare Dekhe Tare Kahe Dhante Trina Dhari Amar Kiniya Namo Bhaja Gaura Hari. Jare Dekhe Tare Kahe Dhante Trina Dhari Amar Kiniya Namo Bhaja Gaura Hari. Adamare Nityananda Megori Jai Shanar Parvata Jena Puradilotai. Adamare Nityananda Megori Jai Shanar Parvata Jena Puradilotai. Jena Putari Jai Lotina Janyano Lochan Male Se Bambi Eloar Jeno Avatara Lotina Janyano Lochan Male Se Bambi Eloar Akradona Parvananda Nityananda Abhimana Nagare Nara. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nityananda Obhimana
Jai Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki
Jai.
Shri Gauramrita Mahaprabhu ki
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki
Jai. Haribo. So before we open the lines, here are the quiz questions for today.
First, why was Lord Chaitanya shedding tears of sorrow? Second, who was the preaching partner of Lord Nityananda?
Third, how did Lord Nityananda beseech the people of Nadia? What did he request from them? Fourth, what does Akrodha Nityananda mean? In the song, what does Srila Lochan Das Thakur compare Lord Nityananda to?
Fifth, why did Lord Nityananda want to approach Jagai and Madhai? Sixth, why was Srila Haridas Thakur confident of the deliverance of Jagai and Madhai?
7, what would Jagai and Madhai do when they heard the sounds of nocturnal kirtan coming from the house of Srivas Thakur? 8, who hit Lord Nityananda and how did Lord Nityananda respond?
Yeah.
Right.
Ninth, what is the Phala Stuti of hearing this pastime?
Haribol. So now let's open up the lines.
Questions, comments,
Reflections.
realizations?
Garima.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Prabhuji, Dhanat Pranam, all goes to Shri Prabhupada. Anybody there?
Haribol, beta. Hare Krishna.
I love the class today. I love the class today, and the stories are so nice. And my favorite story is actually Jagai and Madhai story, and yeah, the next class you're going to tell the second part of the story, but I'm so amazed that Nityananda Prabhu can all do this chanting, and he can tolerate all this nonsense what people are telling. Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu, it's so hard to tolerate all these nonsense things. Like especially me, I can't even handle a bad word. Yeah. It's just you need to control the mind.
We can control the mind if we remember Nitai. He will control the mind
for us.
So whenever we face such criticisms, then we can immediately remember Nitai, how he faced them. and then immediately Nitai will control our mind.
Yes, I understood that part, and the class was very nice, like connected. I want to show one picture
Yes,
that I
Beta,
printed.
just
It
hold
took
on, Beta. We are not able to see you. Can the spotlight be removed from us so that we can see Garima? Can the spotlight be removed, please?
no, it's not spotlighting.
Yes.
I don't know why. You can pin yourself, Ma.
Okay, we see you now. Oh, so cute.
Boat pastime.
It took me so long for this.
They are perfection, Beta.
Their eyes are so innocent, beautiful.
Thank you.
So wonderful. Please take a picture and send us, okay?
Sure, I will.
Thank you, Mataji Prabhuji, for such a wonderful class and such a nice PowerPoint presentations, and also I think Mataji Krishna was sitting in my lap and he was saying, "So who is Jagai? Who is Madhai? Who is Gaura? Who is
Also,
Nita?"
I was astonished that the Madhai was Madhav and Jagai was someone I can remember.
Jagannath. His name is Jagannath.
Wow! Believe they're drunkards with these names? I
Yes.
can't even believe this.
So thank you so much for such a wonderful explanation also. And Krishna also enjoyed, like he was sitting and hearing and asking question. Actually, his cartoon was on. He was eating and his cartoon was on and he stopped watching that. And he said,
Wow.
and he started looking at the PowerPoints and asking questions and hearing, and he was saying, who hit who? Who hit who? So thank you so much, Mataji Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Hari
Lots
Bol.
of love to Krishna. Lots of love to Garima.
Thank you so much. They love you both a lot.
Hari Bol. We love you
Hari
too.
Bol.
Love you. Hari Bol.
Same here, Mataji. Hari Bol.
Thank you. Hari Bol. Any other questions, comments, reflections?
Hare Krishna Madhaji Prabhuji. Then with pranam, all glories goes to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Today is a very powerful impact presentation. I can say packed presentation. I can say so we learned how a person like Jagai and Madhai who born in Brahminical family, due to their bad association, they downgraded, right? So the association is very, very important. That's I learned from here. And this is my second time I'm hearing this story, because when I heard the first time, right, automatically when I enter into Chennai temple, I'll see first Nitai. Automatically my face goes to him. How merciful you are. You're so merciful. And thank you. You are here to help us, everything. And in my mind, I'll inculcate all these things and talking to him personally, heart to heart. So very, very merciful. He's so merciful. No words to express. First of all, his tears only coming out after hearing this Pastimes. Thank you so much for giving us this story, and the bhajan also very good. It is very, very beautiful bhajan, and thank you for singing and for us. It's so happy to hear that one. Hare Krishna Mataji, and with pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Vrinda Gopika Mataji.
Hare Krishna, respected Mataji, Prabhuji, Koti Dandvat Pranam. Srila Prabhupada Satgurudev ki jai. Mataji, yesterday you explained Srinivas Thakur home, Sri Nityananda and Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhuji is doing Kirtan, and that past time his son is died. Then Srinivas Thakur said, "Please don't cry. It is very fortune moment that front of Sri Nityananda and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, my son enter in a dham, Kaulok Vrindavan dham." So how the devotee is taking all the situation in positive way, and what is the love for Shri Chaitanya and Shri Nityananda Prabhu, how sincere Vaishnava Sri Srivas Thakur is. And when Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu know these things, then it is happening morning 4 o'clock, then um, uh, he share that his son is died. Then Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji is going inside, and this moment, Mataji, you explained, you and Prabhuji, that his son is said, "I never forget you, maro mi, rakho mi." Whether it's bad situation or whether it's good situation, please, I offer my respectful obeisances. Please give your mercy and mercy to my entire family. And he said that I will come out from kitne bhi janam, birth after birth, you will, my father and mother and you and son, we never forget any condition. And Srinivas Thakur, Srinivas Pandit, honestly, all devotees present looking, and um, so we, whether whatever condition in our life, that is, we have to totally depends upon Shri Nityananda and Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the last word, Srinivas Thakur explained that from today, me, the Supreme Personality of God, says that I am your son and Sri Nityananda is your son. And they hug it. So, Mataji, and before that day, you explained about the I take only one or two seconds, that Kazi said that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Gauranga, please, instead of killing me, please kill my anartha, kam, krodh, loh, moh, matsa. So every day you are given such a nice example, and the stories, Mataji, and Shri Kolubraja Sridhar story, Mataji, that in nothing he have, but every day Shri Gauranga is standing with him and arguing about 2 annas for bananas, and he has his heart is totally broken. But how much love Sri Kolubraja Sridhar have for Shri Gauranga and Shri Nityananda. Pray for us that we will chant our round attentively. Hear your Krishna Katha from you and Prabhuji. Anant Koti Dandvat Pranam to both of you. And end of the class, that is the cream of the cake, Mataji. The bhajana every day you sing, not only me, but the tears is not stopped from all the Matajis and Prabhujis. Ananta Koti Dandvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. Jai Jai Nityananda, Jai Jai Gauranga. Thank you, Mataji and Prabhuji, for your association and blessing.
Jai Vrinda Gopika Mataji. We are so grateful for your heartfelt realizations. Thank you. Your blessings is very important for us. Please bless us. Hari Om. Thank you.
Bhakti Tattva Prabhu. Hare Krishna. We are not able to hear you clearly, Prabhu.
We can't hear you.
We can see you, but we can't hear you.
Yes. Yes. Oh, again, we don't hear you.
Now is it clear, Mataji? So fortunately, I have joined you today in Zoom, and it is in morning in Bangladesh, but I think it is a nourishment for my whole day by hearing the glories of Nityananda Prabhu, and what should be our attitude if we want to go for preaching. Even so many people will tell so many things, but what should be our attitude? Even I have got one special point from your class. Even and another unique point I I have make note down that neither you nor I. Let's go together for teaching. It is the most important point I have got here. So everything, even I am also thinking that in Vaishnava Bhajan, it also mentioned that Ekaki amaro nahi payo bola hari nama sankirtane. So I was thinking, wow, so amazing. Even I have missed one thing, and I cannot got the proper point here. That where you have mentioned that getting commission of love of Lord Chaitanya, something you have told, but I have not. I cannot understand. What you have wanted to teach us.
Yeah, basically, when devotees go out to preach and they don't ask anything material in return, so people think that we are getting commission from the temple or commission, or in those days from Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. People would think that they are salesmen and they are getting commission from maybe Nimai Pandit or something like that. Someone, they're preaching on commission. And so we were saying they did not have any material commission, like they will not get any money or anything of that sort, but they would get spiritual commission, meaning spirit from Lord Chaitanya would be giving them mercy and their love. They would be reciprocating in devotional service. That was their commission. Commission meaning, commission basically means you get some like salary in return, or you get some bonus or something like that. So people think, oh, you're getting some bonus, some salary, that's why you're going out preaching. But we are not getting anything like that. We are getting spiritual commission, which cannot be measured in terms of money or anything material.
Money cannot buy.
So like Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he writes in his song glorifying Lord Nityananda, he says, Khoro nitai, Khoro nitai. He says, Dosturi loibo ami, Purna hobe kam. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that Nityananda Prabhu has started this marketplace of the holy name, Namahapta. He has started Namahapta, which is the marketplace of the holy name. And I am the sweeper in that marketplace, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. And what is my commission? My commission is that whatever mercy everyone gets, they just give me a part of their mercy also. That is the commission that Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. So Kripa is always the commission that the devotees aspire for.
Yes, I have got the point, Pantaji, now. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for sharing your realizations. Hare Krishna.
So
welcome.
grateful that you could join, and we hope that you would join us every day. We look forward to seeing you. Hare Krishna.
I am begging your mercy, Prabhu and Mataji, so that I can join and take the proper advantages of leading a proper devotional life. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Any other questions, comments, reflections? If not, we can end here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Jai.
Kala Sudha Mataji Chandra Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna Prabhu ji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Thank you, Prabhuji Mataji. Dandavat pranam.
Thank you, Varshana Chitra Mataji and Janeshwar Gauranga Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the amazing lecture. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Radhe Di. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Snitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bo.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Prabhuji, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you very much.
Krishna, welcome. Oh, very good.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Koti Koti Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna Kamakshi Mataji.
Thank you so much. Lovely. Today's story was very nice.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for a wonderful class.
Shivani, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you.